Good day, ABM Business Finance learners. In this video, amortization topic will be discussed. Most essential learning competency: compute loan amortization using mathematical concepts and present value tables. One of the lessons discussed previously is about raising capital, and that is through equity and borrowings. So since borrowings is one of the choices, we need to study this amortization because it helps our business, or it helps us as financial manager forecast our costs over time. So what is amortization? Amortization is the process of spreading out a loan into a series of fixed payments over time. You will be paying off the loan's interest and principal in different amounts each month, although your total payment remains equal each period. It is also a process of paying back a loan, principal plus interest by equal periodic payment. How to compute monthly payment for principal and interest? Okay, so in computing for monthly payment, we have two methods. The first method is computing monthly payment by using an amortization chart, and another is computing monthly payment by using formula. Amortization is equal to I multiplied to P multiplied to 1 plus I raised to N divided by 1 plus I raised to N minus 1, where A is the monthly payment or the amortized amount, P is the loan's initial amount or the principal, I is for the monthly interest rate, and N is the total number of payments. Let us present the method 1 first. We have here a sample. Sarah Wilson bought a home for 200,000 pesos. She made a 40,000 down payment. The mortgage is for 30 years and has a rate of 9%. How much is the monthly payment and the total cost of interest? Okay, these are the given. The mortgage amount is 160,000 pesos. Since the home is 200,000 and she made a down payment of 40,000. The interest rate is 9% and the terms of payment is 30 years. Step 1 for our method 1 is to divide the amount of the mortgage by 1,000 pesos. So that is 160,000 pesos divided by 1,000 is equal to 160 pesos. For step 2, look up the rate 9% and the term 30 years in the amortization chart. Please look at your module. Okay, that is on the last part. Okay, look for the 9% and the 30 years. So that is 8.05. 8.05. For the step 3, multiply step 1 by the factor in step 2. So that is 160 times 8.05 is equal to 1,288. So in using the method 1, the result is 1,288 pesos. So Sarah Wilson will have to pay 1,288 pesos monthly. For method 2, we have the same example. Sarah Wilson bought a home for 200,000 pesos. She made a 40,000 down payment. The mortgage for 30 years and has a rate of 9%. How much is the monthly payment and the total cost of interest? Okay, the formula to be used is this one. And the given is the same. Principal is 160,000 pesos. The interest is 9% in a year, payable monthly. And the end is 30 years times 12, so that is 360, and we are looking for the amortization payment. Okay, To compute, let us substitute. So for the interest is 9% divided by 12 since we are going to pay monthly, but the rate given is annually. Okay. So multiplied to our principal and to our interest factor and divided by interest factor minus 1. So 1,200 times interest factor divided by interest factor minus 1. So the amortized payment is 1,287 pesos and 40 centavos. So for method 2, Sarah Wilson will have to pay 1,287 pesos and 40 centavos monthly. For method 1, Sarah Wilson will have to pay 1,288 pesos monthly, while in method 2, she has to pay 1,287 pesos and 40 centavos. Let us now compute the total cost of interest. Total cost of interest can be computed by using this formula. Total of all monthly payments less amount of mortgage loan. Let us look for method 1. So, total cost of interest for method 1 is equal to 1,288 times 360, and that is 463,680 less 160,000 is equal to 303,680 pesos. And in method 2, the total cost of interest is 1,287 pesos and 40 centavos times 360, and that is 463,464 plus 160,000 pesos. The total cost of interest is 303,464 pesos. Another way of computing amortization is if you have your computer and an internet connection. Okay, so the first one is using Excel. Okay, for the step 1, input necessary information like the principal, the monthly interest rate, and the number of months you are going to pay the amount mortgage. Input the equal sign, the formula for this, equal sign, PMT open parenthesis, and click the rate, the cell with rate and comma, click the cell with months term, comma, and then click the principal amount and then close parenthesis. Step 3, hit enter. The amount there is negative 1,287 pesos and 40 centavos. Why is it a negative? Because the repayments are cash outflows for us borrowers. Okay? And another way is using online calculator. For step 1, search on Google amortization calculator and hit this www.calculator.net and input information and hit calculate. So, for example, the loan amount is 160,000 pesos and the loan term is 30 years and our interest rate is 9%. So, we can see here the monthly payment is 1,287 pesos and 40 centavos. In this amortization schedule, they are also providing the total loan payments. The monthly payments, the interest plus the principal. So that is 463,462 pesos and 63 centavos. And the total interest is 303,462 pesos and 63 centavos. Once we are done computing for monthly amortization payment, we are now going to prepare the amortization schedule. So what is amortization schedule? Amortization schedule shows the breakdown of monthly payments, showing the amount goes toward reducing the principal and toward payment of actual interest. For the previous sample, this is the partial amortization schedule of Sarah Wilson. So this is just up to 5 months. Since if we are going to show you the whole amortization schedule that would belong, since it will be 360 months. So this is only the partial amortization schedule, 5 months only. Okay? So I am going to show you on how to compute each amount in the table. In this partial amortization schedule, we are going to use the method 1 result, that is amounting to 1,288 pesos monthly payment. Okay, so in partial amortization schedule or in amortization schedule, we can see the payment number, the monthly payment, the principal, current, the interest column, the principal reduction column, and the balance of principal column. Now, let us proceed to payment number 1. Our monthly payment is 1,288 and our current principal is 160,000 pesos. Since this is our first payment, no payments have been done before, and the interest. So, let us now compute the interest in payment number 1. Interest can be computed using this formula. Interest is equal to P times R times T. So, principal is 160,000 pesos. The interest rate is 9% and the time is 1 month in a year. So, our interest is 1,200 pesos. Next is the principal reduction. In principal reduction, it can be computed, or this can be computed using this formula. Principal reduction is equal to monthly payment less interest. So our monthly payment is 1,288 pesos and our interest for the first payment is 1,200 pesos. The principal reduction is 88 pesos. So this means this is only the amount that can be deducted to our principal. So the new principal for the next payment will be 159,912 pesos, and that is through computing using this formula. New principal is equal to current principal less principal reduction. Okay, so let us now proceed in the second monthly payment. Payment number 2. Still, our monthly payment is 1,288 pesos. Our current principal changed from 160,000 down to 159,912. We just copied the balance of principal from payment number 1. Now, we are going to compute the interest for the second monthly payment. we still have the same formula, and the amount is 1,199 pesos and 34 centavos. For the principal reduction, same formula, monthly payment less interest. 1,288 pesos less 1,199 pesos and 34 centavos is equal to 88 pesos and 66 centavos. Now our new principal is 159,823 pesos and 34 centavos. So for the third month payment, our new principal is already 159,823 pesos and 34 centavos. So, from first monthly payment, 160,000 pesos. Second monthly payment, it became 159,912 pesos. And now in our third monthly payment, it became 159,823 pesos and 34 centavos. So just like the calculations in our previous monthly payment, we still have the same formula, and for our third monthly payment, the interest is 1,198 pesos and 68 centavos. Our principal reduction is 89 pesos and 32 centavos, and our new principal is 159 pesos, 159,734 pesos and 2 centavos. Okay, so as you can see or as you notice, the new principal balance or the balance of principal in every payment became the current principal for the next monthly payment. Okay, so 159,734 and 2 centavos, it became the new current principal. And for the fourth monthly payments, 159,644 pesos and 3 centavos became the new current principal for our fifth monthly payment, 159,644 pesos and 3 centavos, so on and so forth. To better understand the amortization, let me present another case. A woman loaned 15,000 pesos agreeing that money is worth 5% compounded annually. The loan is to be paid at the end of each year for 5 years. Find the annual payment and present an amortization schedule. So the given, the principal is 15,000 pesos. Our interest rate is 5% annually. So it will not be divided since it is annually. It is only once a year. Our N is 5 years and we are looking for the amortization payment. So the solution is using this formula. Okay, so this one is called interest factor, a daily rate on a mortgage loan. So for this, the amortized payment or the woman has to pay 3,464 pesos and 64 centavos annually for 5 years. Let us now present the full amortization schedule. Okay, so we have here the payment number column. So since she will going to pay once a year for 5 years, we have here 1, payment 2, payment 3, 4, and 5. The monthly payment, we have here 3,464 pesos and 64 centavos. And we have the principal or the current principal column, the interest column, the principal reduction column, and the balance of principal. Okay, so let us compute. Let me show you computing the first monthly payment. So the interest is 15,000 times 5%. So the interest for first year is 750 pesos. So the principal reduction, 3,464 pesos and 64 centavos less interest, 750 is equal to 2,714 pesos and 84 centavos. And the balance of principal, 15,000 pesos less 2,714 pesos and 64 centavos is equal to 12,285 pesos and 36 centavos. Okay? So, the balance of principal every end of the payment period became the current principal of the next payment period. So, as you noticed, in payment number 5, the monthly payment is not as the same as the previous monthly payment. So, why is that? Because we have to adjust the last payment. So, it often happens that the remaining principal is not exactly zero after the last payment. So this is because the rounding of the nearest centavo after each step loses some precision in the answer. So to account for that, the payment amount and the principal paid columns are adjusted to the appropriate amount to make the final balance or the remaining principal zero. Okay? As we can observe in this table, as the loan matures, larger portions go towards paying down the principal and the interest becomes lesser. Thank you for watching.